it's a great privilege and honor to welcome ever radiant BK Sister Shivani, whose insights beautifully connect the spiritual intelligence with excellence in life and leadership. In this chaotic world, I think we all of us need to get into a peace which is original quality of the soul, which perhaps we've all forgotten. She is a guiding voice who helped millions being with clarity, balance, and purpose into the profession in their personal lives. She has not only transformed countless lives across the world, but my life as well since 2016, completely transformed. Besides being a gifted thinker and a writer, Sister Shivani is a gold medalist for academic excellence in electronics engineering from Pune University, and is a practitioner of Raj Yoga meditation of Brahma Kumaris for over 25 years. Her practical application of spiritual principles on TV program Awakening with Brahma Kumaris for over 15 years has empowered people to overcome issues of emotional distress, depression, and relationship conflicts. In March 2019, she was awarded a prestigious Nari Shakti Puruskar, the highest civilian honor for a woman in India. Give her a big hand, please. And her role in transforming human behaviors. Since 2017, she has been appointed as a Goodwill Ambassador by the World Psychiatrists Association. She has also written many books, to name a few of them: Happiness Unlimited, Being Love, Power of One Thought. I strongly recommend everyone present here to read these books, and it will change the way we think and what the life is all about. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in extending a very warm, heartfelt, and energetic welcome to Sister BK Shivani.
Om Shanti and good evening. Can we just take a moment of silence? Request you to sit straight, relax the body, take 3 deep breaths, and bring your attention to the center of the forehead. The point where we apply the tilak, the point which is called the third eye of wisdom. It's the energy center. The point where I, the energy, the master of this body, the creator of every thought and feeling, gently visualize yourself as a point of light in the center of the forehead, like a little star, shining bright. And gently say to yourself, I am a powerful being. As you remind yourself of who you are, you will start becoming it. What we think is who we become. I am a powerful being. I am calm and stable in every situation of life. Keep seeing yourself as you create these thoughts. Peace is my nature. It's my personality. Crisis is outside. I respond through my nature of peace and power. Throughout the day, I come into action and interaction with people who are different from me. Their sanskars, Their personality and behavior may not always be my way. Who they are and how they do what they do may not match my definition of right. I am a loveful being. They are in their sanskar. I interact with them through my sanskar of compassion, acceptance, and empathy. It comes natural to me. I am a powerful being. I am a peaceful being. I am a loveful being. I radiate the vibrations of peace, power, and acceptance to everyone I meet and into the vibrations where I live and I work. This is my leadership quality. The energy I vibrate at is my leadership quality. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Every morning, if we begin few minutes just reminding ourselves of who I am, very soon that will start becoming my personality, simply because it is my original nature. But in the last few decades, we have created a shift. A shift within created a shift outside in the world. And as the world changed, I started responding to that change by changing myself. And we created a world where we started saying stress is normal. For how many of you believe stress is normal? And how many of you want happiness? अच्छे से थोड़ा सा एक बार आप just hold on 5 seconds, and just look around the hall. It's time to introspect. After working extremely hard for the last 20-30 years, after achieving everything that the mind had desired, after acquiring everything that money can buy, I still have to raise my hand to say, I want happiness. What could be the reason for that? And if I still haven't got it, then how am I going to get it? And if I don't have it, how do I give it to others around me? And most important, if I don't have something, how do I give it to my children? And for many of you, to your grandchildren. Because now they are creating a world where they're not saying stress is normal. They are saying being depressed is normal. They are saying anxiety is normal. They are saying panic attack is normal. They are saying seeing a therapist is cool. Is this the definition of success? And is this the Viksit Bharat that we're talking of in 2047? Is there a need for change? Yes. And who will create that change? Who will create that change? It's not we. It's only one person. It's I. Because we have reached where we have just because we said we. We didn't think I had to do something different. We said everybody is creating stress, so stress is normal. And then we became a part of an industry which said stress is necessary. And then we created a word which said stress is good. And some people said if there's no stress, you cannot achieve. And so we started creating it. 20 years we said stress normal hai, stress normal hai, stress normal hai. तो वो बढ़ना ही था. So today they started saying depressed normal hai. WHO says depression is the next pandemic. याद है पेंडेमिक कैसा होता है? कैसे होता है? Everyone around is saying, every house has it. 2020, every house had one person who was going through symptoms of COVID. And that's when it was called an epidemic. So when WHO says depression is going to be the next epidemic, is that definition of success? And it's an extremely helpless feeling when you see your young child going through anxiety, panic attack, but all the money that we have cannot give them the power that they need at that time. All the numbers I have on my phone as contacts, top people in the country and the world, can do nothing for my child at that time. And at that time, it's a question mark for me on my parenting. कि क्या मिस हो गया? क्या मिस हो गया? सिर्फ छोटी सी चीज. Last 30 years, we were only focused on outside. So the title today of the topic was, where attention goes, energy flows. And where energy flows, things grow. So look at what magic we have created in 30 years. But while we were creating this magic outside in 30 years, if we ever asked anybody, bhai 5 minutes subah apne liye nikal lo, take a pause, spend 15 minutes with yourself for meditation, you know the specific answer that everybody gives? क्या कहते हैं हम? Time नहीं है. Because we are that generation who got all these new toys, you see. बच्चे को जब खिलौने मिलते हैं तो कैसे हो जाता है? वो child forgets the time to eat, forgets the time to sleep because नए खिलौने मिले हैं. So we are that generation who got all these new toys. So there was no demarcation between home, work, family, work. There was no demarcation. We were always at work. How many of you are at work even after you're at home in the evening? How many of you check your work emails and messages just before you go to sleep? And how many of you look at it first thing in the morning? And suppose by any chance you wake up in the middle of the night, do you still look at it if there was anything? Good. And if you change all these, next time you won't raise your hand for stress is normal. And if I ask you, do you want happiness? You will say, no, I'm always happy. Because that is our original nature. So stress is equal to equation in physics. Because when we were growing up, school and college, stress was not an emotion. It was only in physics. And it is stress is equal to pressure divided by resilience. Pressure is coming from work, travel, whatever things outside. Right now, what's happening in the world could be a pressure. But that's not equal to stress. Stress is pressure divided by resilience. In the next 5-10 years, is the numerator going to increase? Pressure is going to increase? Big time. Big time. If we may have thought that the last 5 years were difficult since COVID, be ready for a surprise in the next 10 years. 2026 to 2036 is going to be a very, very tough time. Very, very tough time. Very, very tough time, not because of the situations that are happening outside, but very, very tough because the mind who is supposed to face that situation is not strengthening itself. Exam किसके लिए मुश्किल होता है? जिसने पढ़ाई नहीं की होती. So it's not that the exam was difficult, it is, am I prepared for that exam? But if I'm prepared for that exam, I'll say, oh, it was very easy, it was very simple. So the next decade is difficult because the gap between what is going to happen and how is the human mind who's going to cope, what is going to happen is because our resilience is dipping. So the need of the hour, and especially if you're a leader of an organization or you're a parent, then the priority should be to work on the denominator, that is building resilience. Are you ready to work on that? Yes? Do you have time? Do you have time? After achieving everything, if I cannot give myself time, then I would not call it success, because then you're not rich enough to give yourself time. You're not being able to afford it. So change. It's just a line. And because we heard people saying this line, we just picked it up and everybody was saying it all together. Time nahi hai, time nahi hai, time nahi hai, time nahi hai. And came COVID and everybody was suddenly in lockdown 2 years. It was actually something we asked for. It became a tathastu because we had saying, I never have time to sit with my family, be myself, do what I want to do. And the universe said, okay, tathastu, ghar baith jao. Kuch mahine to अच्छा था. कुछ महीने अच्छा था. After that, we said, this is getting too much. When will we go back to work? So we don't need to stop doing what we are doing. We have to do more of what we are doing. But We have to just energize that mind, which is going to do what we have to do throughout the day. Last 20, 30 years, we are only becoming human doings. I do this, I do this. What do you do? We are only talking about doing. And so our energy went towards what we are doing. And so we created magic. We are human beings. We are not human doings. We are human beings. So meditation teaches us how to be throughout the day while we are doing what we are doing. So to build up our resilience, the first equation that we have to set today is, who is the creator of our thoughts and feelings? Who is the creator of our thoughts and feelings? 3 options: I, situation, or both. So suppose you're not in a good mood today and someone has to ask you, kya hua? So where is the finger going to go? Who's responsible for my stress, my anger, my irritation, my impatience, my hurt, my pain? Who do you put the finger on? Do you say, I created the anger? You say, नहीं, उन्होंने काम ही ऐसे किया. गुस्सा तो? What's the vocabulary? गुस्सा तो? हाँ, बोलो बोलो. Vocabulary. गुस्सा तो आना ही था. गुस्सा मैंने थोड़ी किया. गुस्सा उन्होंने दिलाया. This vocabulary needs to change. So this vocabulary which is saying, they hurt me, they insulted me, they disrespected me, I'm irritated because of them, I'm worried because of my children, I'm happy because something great happened today outside. This vocabulary is saying that everything that is happening here is because of something happening here. This is emotional dependence, where I blamed the world. The world means the world means my world, the world means my spouse, the world means my people who work with me. The world also means the health of my body. If my body is not healthy today, how can I be happy? So I blamed everything outside of me to be the cause of my emotions. And when things were not my way, I allowed my mind to react. But today, if we believe that I am the creator of my thoughts and feelings, then do I have a choice to respond in another way to the same situation? पिछले पूरे हफ्ते में anybody created anger? Anger, गुस्सा किया पिछले एक हफ्ते में किसी ने? Close your eyes for 30 seconds. Just close your eyes for 30 seconds. Bring on the screen of your mind the stimulus, the situation, the person involved, their mistake, and my reaction. What I said, how I said what I said, my tone, my energy, my body language. And while I was reacting, my mind said, it is because of what they did. Now just rewind the situation. Tomorrow, same situation comes to you again as a stimulus. Exactly the same, nothing will change. Just see yourself. Do I have an option to respond another way? And see yourself responding another way to the same stimulus. Stimulus is not going to change. Do I have an option to respond another way? Anyone feels we have an option to respond another way? Yes? Yes, always. So let's underline this today. Because this is what will shift me from stress to happiness. This is what will shift me from anger to compassion. This is what will shift me from worry to faith. Only to remember, I am the creator of my thoughts and feelings, and I don't live like a victim to what is happening out in the world. So can I say it? Can we all say it together? Yes, can we just repeat? I create my thoughts. I create my feelings. I create my words and behavior in response to everything happening outside. I have a choice always. दोनों हाथ ऐसे रखें. I'll just say out a few emotions or sanskars. If you feel they are an energy depleter, you put them on your left hand side. If you feel they are an energizer, you put them on your right hand side. And we can just say it together, left, right, left, right. So which means vibrationally, what is going to deplete me, which means मेरी emotional health को नीचे कौन सी लेके जाता है, और मेरी emotional health को ऊपर क्या लेके जाता है. Stress, left or right? कट्ठे कट्ठे बोलेंगे. Stress left or right? Happiness? Anger? Right पे क्या आएगा? Someone around you who is not being right? If anger is a depleter, what is the other option I have in that situation? Understanding, compassion, empathy, acceptance. Very good. Worry? Right? What's going to be the opposite, the other option for worry? Faith. Okay. Criticism? Seeing the goodness in the other person, focusing on the good in the other person, and even if there is a weakness, I only see it from here, I don't keep it here. Please remember, if you're going to pick up one infection of every one person you meet today, they have one by the end of the day. You have equal to number of people you met today. So the higher you go in your leadership role, the more the people you're going to interact with, the more you're going to meet people who are not going to be perfect, and the more you're going to not just look at their weakness, but you're going to think about their weakness, then that energy is here. So my energies get depleted not just because of my weaknesses, they get depleted because I am looking at the weakness in other people. Can we just create one shift? Look at it from here, listen to the weakness from here, but don't churn it here. Possible? Possible? ये ऐसे हैं, ये ऐसे हैं, ये ऐसे हैं, ये ऐसे हैं. This song is not needed. Because once I start creating it here, then it becomes a part of my emotions. It also becomes a part of my words. I speak it out to somebody else. Then I listen to the song they have created about that person, and then I have two songs here about their weaknesses. We can live with people, understanding their weaknesses, molding ourselves according to their personality, and spirituality teaches us something very powerful. We can radiate powerful vibrations to them which will help them to change their weakness. एक हाथ ऐसे रखें, इस पे एक black circle draw करते हैं. Someone around you has a difficult sanskar, and someone could just be your spouse and children. We're not even going to work yet. They have a difficult sanskar. Soul on a journey must have carried it with them. And my mind says, how can they be like this? How can they be like this? And I go on saying, how can they be like this? And I don't just say it in my mind, I also say it in my words. And every time I'm creating rejection, I'm creating resistance. But if I want to shift, and I cannot ask them to change because they are not ready to change, or they want to change but they don't have the power to change. We have the power to change them. We have the power to change them just by changing how we think about them. So if the soul is carrying a black circle, which means a difficult sanskar, if I keep thinking and speaking of that sanskar, what am I doing to that sanskar? I'm only reinforcing it, right? I'm strengthening that sanskar. If I want to change that sanskar, what would I have to do? Stop drawing black ke upar black. I need to start drawing white over the black, which means if they have a sanskar of anger, I only create a thought for them. You are a peaceful, powerful being. They will scream from there, and I will create a thought. You are a peaceful, powerful being. The energy from there is like this. The energy from here is like this. And energy always flows from higher to lower. And so if we create a higher vibration energy for them, they will start changing. But before they start changing, I start changing because I did not consume their difficult sanskar. I radiated my powerful thought for them. So I shift from being a consumer of energy to becoming a radiator of energy. And leadership means radiate that energy, energize the other person, and that person will then have the power to transform that sanskar. Can we do that white on black? Can we do that white on black? Yes. So tomorrow is Sunday. Take a notebook and pen and sit and write down names of at least 10-20 people who are in your close interaction circle. Write that one black sanskar which you think they have, and write your white energy thought for them. And just create that thought just 3-4 times during the day, every single day. Within a month, you will start seeing them shift. That's the power we have. But if I keep on creating that same thought, what they are, again, you will start seeing them shift, but not in the comfortable direction, because I've only strengthened the sanskar which they have. So criticism is here. Opposite is not just appreciation, but it's sending blessings. Ego. हम में ईगो है. So ego क्या करेगी हमारी शक्ति को घटाती जाएगी. Opposite on the right hand, humility. So if I don't emotionally strengthen myself, ego becomes natural. Ego is only equal to emotional weakness. Ego is identifying myself with the role I'm playing. We are not a role. It's just my role. But when I start making my role my identity, that becomes ego. But when I remember that I'm a pure, powerful soul, just playing a role, and these roles will keep changing. This is just a role. Then my humility will increase in proportion to your achievements. If I do not allow my humility to increase in proportion to my achievement become the cause of depleting my energy. Because I keep identifying myself with the role, and I feel either superior or inferior to someone else only based on the role. So ego, opposite humility. Guilt, left or right? Left, opposite. Guilt. One is criticizing other people, one is criticizing our own self. Opposite, love yourself. Start creating a relationship of love with ourselves. Attachment. How many of us are attached to family? Yes. Attached to children? Yes. And that's a normal way to be, right? So attachment will be on which hand, left or right? Let's check. फिर से दोनों हाथ रखते हैं. If you have children, please place your child on the left hand and place yourself on the right hand. Suppose there is a situation in your child's life and they've gone through a low phase, either a rejection or a failure or a relationship breakdown or a health issue. So the left hand is dipped, right? You as a parent, when you see your child going through emotional pain, what will happen to the right hand? What will happen to the right hand? The right hand will also go down. Is this normal? Yes. And when the right hand will go down, what will the right hand radiate to the left hand? Which energy will the parent radiate to the child? I'm adding pain to their pain. I'm adding pain just by being in worry, being in fear. I'm adding pain to their pain. If I add pain to their pain, where will the left hand go? It will dip. And if I see them dipping, where will I go? And very soon, pura ghar aise jata hai. Need of the hour. Where should the right hand be? And on the left hand can be your child. On the left hand can be your spouse. On the left hand can be your friend. On the left hand can be someone in your team. Anyone could be going through a low phase. Where does the right hand need to be? Karen, kitna hota? Where does the right hand? This is leadership. Leadership is not in my role and position only. Leadership is in the vibration on which I live my life. The era of you being able to motivate people by what you're going to say is over. People are so low that they can't get motivated by words now. What they need is energy. Action bhi nahi. Action bhi mujhe dikhega, but I can't do it. They need energy which will pull them up. So the need of the hour is for all of us to be here. And if you're here, energy flows from higher to lower. So automatically, if you're here, where will your child start moving? This is when they will start getting energized in our presence. They will not go and lock themselves in another room and say, leave me alone. They will come and sit with you for 5 minutes before they leave for the day. And you will say, do you want to talk about something? Say, no, I just want to sit with you for 5 minutes and go. Why would they want to sit with you for 5 minutes without talking about anything? Because they're going to get energized. And when they get energized, they'll go and solve the problems of their life. People don't need information. People don't need advice. And with AI coming up, being everybody's best friend, they need no information and advice from any other human being. They're not going to need anything. There's nothing you'll be able to tell your child which AI cannot tell them. So why should they come to us? Why should any human being to go to another human being now? Just for that energy, just for that vibration. Machines can give us information, but if machines cannot give us energy, cannot give us vibration. And the more we will get addicted to these machines, as we got addicted to our previous gadgets, the more emotional health is going to dip. Because pehle, let's say 30 years back, before we had the phone, for everything we had to go and talk to people, right? Even to come from Gurgaon to here, if I didn't have GPS, I would talk to at least 10 people on the road. Bhaiya, kahan jana hai? Left ke right? वो बोलेगा सीधा जाओ, ये करो. That time we used to think, क्या irritating है, कितनी बार रुकना पड़ता है रास्ते में. But every time we were stopping to meet someone, there was an energy exchange. I was creating energy, the other person was creating energy, and we were getting energized even in an interaction of asking the way. And today we just have to sit with a machine which accurately takes me to where I have to go, but I'm alone without creating any energy, without receiving any energy. And imagine what is going to happen when we're all going to use machines for every interaction. Our human interaction will dip, and that's what will happen to our emotional health. So it's time to start prioritizing. So how many of you would like to go here? Need of the hour. And for that, what do I have to do? I have to shift from these emotions to the ones I placed on the right hand side, which means from tomorrow morning or from tonight, every time you're creating a thought, every time you're saying a word, every time you're behaving, just remember, I have to energize myself. It's like every time doing business, you're very clear why you're doing that business. You want to raise yourself in the outside world. Spirituality means while doing everything, remember, I have to raise myself in the inside world. मेरा कोई संस्कार, मेरा कोई कर्म एनर्जी को नीचे नहीं लेके आना चाहिए. Can we keep this as a priority? Can we keep this as a priority? Then the next decade will be a very simple one for you. Even if there is a crisis outside, because you will be here. But if I'm here, then even simple situations become tough for me. How many of you get hurt when someone's not behaved right? And someone could be your spouse. They hurt me. Easy to forgive people? Easy to forgive people? Anyone has something holding on to the mind since many days, months, years, and saying, natural है, उन्होंने बोला ही ऐसा, तो बुरा तो लगना ही था. So, emotional dependence. Let's put them here on the left-hand side. And let's put ourselves on the right-hand side. People can lie to me. Let's say it together. People can lie to me. People can cheat me. People can betray me. People can exploit me. People can even physically hit me. But can they enter my mind here? Can anyone enter your mind and create the pain for you? Hanji? Acha. Okay, 30 seconds. Right here in front of all your friends, I'm going to say something very rude, very mean, very not the right vocabulary to you. That's my power. This is the power of the other person. Always we need to know what's the power of the other person and what is my power. So I can do this to you. Do I have the power to enter your mind there and create your thoughts for you? Allow. Allow. Please allow. Please allow me to enter. Please allow me to enter for 2 minutes. How do you allow another person to enter your mind? Ji? Very good. By getting affected by their words. So who got affected by their words? You. Did I enter into your mind and create those words for you? No. So who was creating everything that was going on inside there? So I did the wrong. But did I create the hurt? There is a difference between the other person's wrong and my hurt. The other person has done wrong, we're not even discussing that. That is agreed and accepted. Does the other person have the power to enter my mind and create the pain for me? Ji? Is your wife there with you right now? It doesn't matter from whom it's coming. You still have the power of what you're going to create, because that who cannot enter into your mind and create your thoughts for you. Can they create your thoughts for you? It depends on how we think about what they have done, and our thinking is depending on who they are. Agreed? Fine. Perfect. But still, who is creating those thoughts? I. And if I want to be here, then for nobody on the left hand, am I going to create those thoughts which are going to bring me here? Because when those thoughts bring me here, I radiate that pain to that person who matters to me so much. And that person is already in pain, because anyone who's doing wrong is already in pain. And I should be energizing and healing them if they're important to me. But when I say they hurt me and I create the hurt, I go here, I radiate pain to them, they go here, and both of us move here. So the more important that they are to you, the more important it is to be here. Because we have two choices. Either we become a victim to their behavior, or we become a healer of their pain. When we are here, we will start healing people. And people need healing. People need energize. We don't need to go and understand their emotions and heal them. We just need to vibrate at the right energy. Our energy will start healing them. So either we can add pain to people's pain, or we can give power to their pain to energize them and to start transforming their nature and personality. But for that, I'll have to stop saying they hurt me. They hurt me. So the first thing is to remember which ones I need to create. Second thing is to remember I am the one who's creating it. And third thing is a few lifestyle changes so that I have that power to be able to create the right thoughts. Ready for some lifestyle changes? Don't allow your mind to say, kaise hoga? Just say, karna hai. Karna hai. We are already late. We are already late, but we're not too late. We can still take a U-turn. Right? First thing is the quality of our sleep. Most of our emotional, mental, and physical health issues are not because we are not experiencing deep sleep. How many of you feel like sleeping a few minutes more in the morning when you wake up? How many of you have this ability to be able to doze off any time in the day on a flight or in the car? Is this a good quality? Because I sometimes do ask the person sitting next to me on a flight who can doze off at 9 a.m. in the morning and land in Bombay at 11 o'clock, and then the air hostess says, "Hum pahunch gaye." And so I said, "Did you sleep well last night?" He said, "Of course." I said, "But you were sleeping early in the morning." They said, "Oh, I can sleep anytime, anywhere." And we thought this was a good quality, to be able to sleep anytime, anywhere. It's a sign that I'm sleep deprived in spite of my 7-8 hours of sleep. Because we are sleeping long now. We don't need to sleep long. We need to sleep deep. However long we are sleeping, we still have physical health issues. What did 2025 see? Suddenly people leaving. Fit right now, 5 minutes later, they're not there with us. Going to sleep healthy, morning they're not there with us. And what did every news channel and every doctor said? Lifestyle and stress. And deep sleep is one of those big factors which we are missing, because body and mind will heal only in deep sleep, not in long hours of sleep. If I sleep deep, I will not feel like sleeping once I'm awake. Ho hi nahi sakta. And I cannot sleep any time in the day. I'm awake today since 3:30 in the morning. And that happens to me 365 days of the year. And I won't go to sleep before 10 o'clock. And that's enough. That's absolutely enough. So actually, we are wasting time sleeping more. And we're sleeping more because we're not reading the right lifestyle. So simple steps to deep sleep so that your heart does well, your BP, your diabetes, everything will be in control if you get deep sleep to take care of healing of every part of the body and also of the mind and the brain. What time should we go to sleep for deep sleep? So 10 to 3, these 5 hours, it's very scientific, but these 5 hours, there is a timing where every organ of the body is going to get healed, like pancreas at this time, liver at this time, heart at this time. If I sleep at 11, the day I will sleep at 11, I've lost 1 hour of my healing. The day I sleep at 12, I lose 2 hours of my healing, even if I sleep from 12 to 8 o'clock in the morning. It doesn't matter. The timing is only between 10 to 3. So let's put it here that as far as possible, we are fast asleep at 10 o'clock because the healing begins. So most diseases are happening because we're not sleeping at that time when the healing of that particular organ has to happen. Kar sakte? 10 o'clock? Yes. Yes. Kabhi travel kar rahe hain is different. Baki din, yes. If you want to prioritize your life, if you want to prioritize your family, if you want to prioritize your body, let's start saying yes to healthy lifestyle habits. So we need to go off to sleep by 10, and to sleep by 10, I need to finish digesting my food. Then I will need to sleep 2 hours less. So we are spending extra 2-3 hours sleeping only because we are having a late dinner. So our body has to do our digestion during our sleep. If I finish an early dinner, then I don't need to spend those 2-3 hours extra sleeping. Imagine how much work can be done in those 2-3 hours first thing in the morning. So in the Sanskriti of Bharat, the dinner time was not at night, it was in the evening. And there was a good reason for it. Because if I finish my dinner by 6:37 and I have a light dinner, which is very easy to digest, 10 o'clock, digestion is over. Next 5 hours, healing is done. I will automatically wake up at the Brahma Muhurat time of 4 o'clock. Sona chahenge to bhi neend nahi aayegi because the mind is energized. It doesn't need any more sleep after that. And then you wake up at the highest creative time, the highest intuition time. That's why it's called Brahma Muhurat. Brahma means creating something new. In a world of AI, logical decisions will be taken care by the machine. Leadership will need to create intuitive decisions. And for intuition, I will have to wake up in those early morning hours with a silent mind. Logical mind is silent, and my mind will then listen to that voice which comes from deep silence. That's called intuition. But for intuition, I have to have deep sleep. So, experiment. Let's do it for a month. Kar le 1 mahine ke liye. After seeing so much that has happened last year, you still don't want to prioritize yourself. Suddenly it's too late for somebody, no? Do you know anyone who left suddenly last year? Does that still not create a pause button in our life? Just because we think this cannot happen to me, even they never thought this will happen to them. Even their family never thought this will happen to them. If it happens to even one person, it should be a wake-up call for all of us that it's time to pause and change. Not to stop working. We're going to work more than what we are working right now, but working the right way. The right way. Family, work, self. What's the order of priority? Family, work, self. What's the order of the priority? Work, family, self. Family, work, self. Family, self, work. Self, family, work. Which one? Yes? How many of you agree self, family, work? You need to take your selfie for this hand. If you are raising your hand to say self is first, because self is the seed of the tree. Self is the seed. Self is here. Self is not the body. Self is not the body. Self is I. This is my body. It's I. Self means here. Here. If I take care of the self, my body will automatically be healthy because every thought I create here is radiating to every cell of my body. So every time I'm creating stress, anger, fear, guilt, criticism, comparison, jealousy, busyness, I'm radiating pressure to my body. My body is reacting with the disease. If I start becoming calm and powerful here, this will automatically start becoming healthy. ये तो normal है. Because संकल्प से सृष्टि बनती है. My world starts getting created here. So the self is the seed. If I spend 15 minutes taking care of the seed, then every fruit and flower on that tree is going to be healthy. We said, I don't have time for the seed because I'm very busy taking care of every leaf, every flower, and every fruit on the tree. That's why we're always busy. How many of us always busy, don't have time for ourselves? मैं बहुत busy हूँ, मेरे पास time नहीं है. Every time you say this, you are radiating an energy to your body. I don't have time. किसके लिए कहा जाता है इनके पास समय नहीं है? कब कहा जाता है इनके पास समय नहीं है? So let's not use that line. वो सही लाइन नहीं है. मेरे पास अपने लिए समय नहीं है. I don't have time for myself. This is not a right line. It's just become a line which we've caught up as an infection from people around us. ठीक है? So 10 o'clock. Now, in order to experience deep sleep at 10 o'clock, I need to disconnect from my work by 8 o'clock. If self is the first priority and work comes after that, then disconnect from work at 8 o'clock. And disconnect means no phones, no emails. And if you really want to be a good leader and you want to earn blessings and good karma, then make that a rule for every person who works with you that they should disconnect from work once they are home. Is it not our moral responsibility that people have happy family life? Is it not our karma responsibility that the people who go back from your workplace, they should have enough time to spend with their children without getting distracted and disturbed by messages and emails? Don't you owe it to all those children who are going through mental health issues that their parents need to come home happy and be there with them? होना चाहिए या नहीं होना चाहिए? So once you're all together and you're doing so much together, don't you think you should take this one decision together that let's do this for our people? We owe it to them. We owe it to them. In an era where both parents are working, in an era where joint family is not normal anymore, the only people that the children have is their parents. Their parents are physically there, but the mind is somewhere else. If you're sitting with your child, but you've just read an email, you are not with your child. Don't keep telling them, I've been sitting with you since 2 hours. No favor to anybody. But you're there, but you're not there because you just read an email, which could have been done tomorrow morning. Which could have been done tomorrow morning. But I choose to read it at that time. And by reading it at that time, I'm radiating my worry and stress, what I'm thinking about, what I've just received to my children. I'm actually depleting them. It's better not to sit with them. Better don't be around your people. It's better to be at work then. Don't be around them because you're depleting their energy. So please give this as a gift. If you really want Bharat to be Viksit Bharat, if you really want that the children who are going to come to be part of your teams come emotionally stronger, it will happen by only one way: send happy people home and allow them to be happy with their families and tell them we will meet tomorrow at 8 o'clock. What is the point after achieving everything if we raised our hands saying कि खुशी चाहिए? थोड़ा सा कुछ कर लेते हैं ताकि not only we will be happy, we will give them the permission to be happy. Yes? The other day I was at Motilal Oswal investment. There were 1,000 people of their company. Motilal ji was sitting there on the front row. I didn't recognize him because I've not seen his picture before that. And I just said, 8 o'clock, we need to disconnect from work. Then everybody was staring at me like this. Okay, go on. Ye hamare liye nahi hai. So I said, if you want to come back tomorrow morning energized, you have to deep sleep. You have to give time for your mind to shut down. Nobody was listening. He stood up. He turned and he looked at them and said, we are doing it. And everybody was like, sir, this market, that country market, something they were talking. Leadership quality. He looked at them and he said, we are doing it, is decided. How we will do it, we'll talk about it later. Full stop. And he sat down. And he did it. And he did it. 17,000 people in his company were disconnected from the company's end from the server. They are swiping it when they walk out. Between 5:45 to 6 p.m., they have to swipe and walk out. And in that week, when that 70-hour work thing discussion was going on, there's a news channel which went to him and said, in this era, you went and did this. What's the result? So he said, I cannot decide my result because a lot of factors influence our market, but I'm very happy that their families are happy, and that's enough for me. This is leadership quality. Leader is a parent. Leader is a parent, and a parent needs to take care of the children who are working with him or her, because otherwise they are not able to take care of their children at home. And we are heading towards a very big mental health crisis. 2025, the number of children who have committed suicide was like this. And it is happening in our own neighborhood. Parents don't know why it happened, what happened. It's only because they're not getting energized by society. So we're already late, but still not too late. So think about it before you reach work. I need to change the way people are working. They are people. They are not machines which can work 24 hours. And if you allow them to go home on time and disconnect from work, they will come home next morning. They will come to work next morning energized, strengthened, better ability to tolerate and accept people around them, and most important, high intuition power, which is the need of the hour. So think about it. Do it first for yourself and then gift it to them. Kar sakte? Yes? And if I disconnect from work, then that doesn't mean I sit and consume content. I definitely do not sit and watch the world news before going to sleep. We don't need to consume what's happening in the world, because if we keep on consuming what's happening in the world, we will radiate the same energy and more of that will happen in the world. We need to change the inner world. Only that is what will change the outer world. So one thing you can write on your phone there: content creates your thoughts. And thoughts create sanskars. Sanskar comes into karam, and karam creates destiny. So content is equal to destiny. Change your content, your destiny will change. Countries have decided that they want to ban content, social media for their children. It doesn't mean it affects only the mental health of children. It affects the mental health of every individual. It affects the physical health of every individual. Every video I'm watching is radiating energy to my body, not just to my mind. So what I'm watching is becoming the quality of my mind, and the quality of my mind is becoming the health of my body. So suddenly there is health crisis in the country and in the world. Kyun itne sare heart attacks? Kyun itna sara cancer? What has happened? Especially in an era where we're so aware about health and diets and gym and exercise. Disease is increasing, rampant. Content consumption. How many of you are addicted to phones? Let's de-addict. First thing, disconnect from content by 8 o'clock. And if you want to consume content, it can be a nice book. It can be good music. It can be sitting and doing nothing for some time. It can be sitting with people without your phones around you. Just go and spend 2 hours without your phone around you, and your relationships will start changing. Your children will start changing. We are the era who grew up with landline, right? We are an era who grew up without phones also. So it should not be difficult for us. So we are the ones who will have to do it at home. Only then they can be inspired or empowered to even create a shift in themselves. So what we would do is, once we reach home at 8 o'clock, we keep the phone in one place and use it like a landline. When it rings, go, pick, talk, keep it back. Don't sit like this. Just remember, it's addictive, not our fault. But then what do I have to do? I have to keep the addictive thing aside. I said, okay, fine, keep it away. We're not switching off the phone. We're just using the phone as a phone. Possible to use the phone just as a phone? Yes, very easy. Disconnect from work. Only if it's urgent, we take a call or an email or a message. Otherwise, tomorrow morning. Except for a doctor, nothing is urgent for anybody in the night. And 15 minutes before you go to sleep, meditate. Meditation is not just in the morning. Meditation is very important in the night so that we clean our mind, we declutter our mind, we shut down all the files, take ourselves to a silent stage before we go off to sleep. Then going off into deep sleep is immediate because we've already prepared ourselves for deep sleep. But if we scroll before going to sleep, we are stimulating our mind and raising the speed of the mind before we go to sleep. And in our sleep, only the body is sleeping, mind is not sleeping. So you must have definitely experienced when you wake up in the morning, you have an answer to a question which was on your mind before you go to sleep. Anybody ever experienced that? रात को आके किसने आंसर बताया? कौन आकर धीरे से आंसर बता के चला गया? My mind worked on it during the night because I gave that question in the night before going to sleep. That's why I am sleepy in the morning. My mind was working and my body was not getting energized. So deep sleep is a priority. We don't have any other option. When we wake up, first thing in the morning, we don't look at the phone. The mind is like a blotting paper. It's energized. Absorption power is highest. Even if I pick up my phone for 5 minutes and just scroll everything for 5 minutes, blotting paper is saturated. So first 15-20 minutes in the morning, meditation, reflection, thinking about something that's going on work, and an intuitive answer will pop up there, and consuming high vibrational content, which means the right hand content. Read any book, scriptures, spiritual content, which will allow you to start living from the right hand sanskar. Because what I consume is what I start becoming. Content is equal to karma. Karma is equal to destiny. So that's how we start our morning. Second thing is every hour, take a pause for 1 minute. We call it traffic control of the mind. And we have an application where we have nice music which plays every hour, and we just stop what we are doing and we gently repeat our affirmations or our meditations for 60 seconds. And this will allow us to remain energized even at the end of the day because we paused for 1 minute after every 59 minutes. It's powerful. Every meeting we have, we start with a 1 minute silence. Get everyone to create the same thought. Shorter meetings and more effective meetings because everyone's mind has come into sync with one thought. And last thing is the food we eat. I'm not the right person to talk about food you eat to you, right? Because you're all from the food industry. But you know what? It is this industry which is affecting minds a lot. Not because of what you're doing. It's just that people are hardly eating at home now. Eating out was supposed to be once in a ghar ka khana. But you have the power that within the hotel you can prepare ghar ka khana, which doesn't mean what you're preparing. It is how you're preparing what you're preparing. What is the difference between home cooked food and food cooked for business? Intention. First, the primary intention is different. So the food cooked at home is cooked like this. It's cooked for nourishment. It's cooked for giving. Food cooked for business is cooked like this. You eat iron. So the fundamental energy is not of nourishment. It is of profit. That's the fundamental intention. Secondly, the energy of where the food is being cooked. I don't know who's cooking the food. I don't know what's their state of mind today. Are they upset about something? Are they worried about something? Jaisa an, vaisa. Bolenge. It is not jaisa an, vaisa tan. We all seem to be eating for our body. It is jaisa an, vaisa man hota hai. We have enough evidence, enough experiences that whoever cooks for you, directly their thoughts will be here, their emotions will be here. So most of the time your stress is not yours. It's come through the food. It's coming through the water. Because the water absorbs the vibration of the city. कौन से शहर का पानी पीते हो? सुनिए ना ये कहावत, कौन से शहर का पानी पीते हो? It means the city I live in, the water absorbs the vibration of the city, and when I drink that glass of water, I absorb that vibration. So that is why everyone is stressed. Everyone is creating irritation. Everyone. Because हम उस शहर का पानी पीते हैं. So what do? One, as far as possible, cooked, home cooked food. Second, wherever the food is being cooked, whether it's at home or whether it's in your restaurant or hotel, have high energy words playing in the kitchen. Just like food is cooked in a mandir or a gurdwara, High energy words should be playing in the kitchen, mantra, bhajan, prarthana, kuch bhi, whatever people like. Every word will energize the water, the grain, the fruit, the vegetables which are there in that kitchen. If you're cooking for profit also, but if you cook with that energy, people will automatically get attracted to come back to the same place to eat just because of the vibration of the food. And third thing, no screens while eating. No TV, no phone while eating, because distracted eating is a depleter for the mind and for the body both. And last, just before we start eating, we take a 10-second pause. बचपन से सीखा था ना, खाने से पहले क्या करना है? खाने से पहले क्या करना था? प्रार्थना करनी थी. क्यों प्रार्थना करनी है? Because we need to energize the food. It is not for परमात्मा को शुक्रिया की जरूरत नहीं है. It is because when I am connecting to the higher power just before I'm eating, I am changing the energy of the food. So that if that food is carrying somebody's worry, somebody's stress, somebody's attachment, when I connect to that divine power, I change the energy of the food before I put it into my system, before it starts influencing my mind and body. I change the energy. So take a 5-second pause at least before every meal, before every glass of water. Can you hold your glass of water right now? And without looking down, you can do this even while you're sitting in a meeting or sitting with people. Without looking down, just say, I'm a powerful being. No, don't drink the water like this. You'll consume the stress of Delhi city. Yes, it is kaun se shahar ka pani peete ho. Convert your water into amrit. So just without looking down, if you can look down, fine. If you can't, just looking, and you just say, I'm a powerful being. I'm always happy. I'm always peaceful. My body is perfect and healthy. 70% body water is there. The water needs to go with the right intention and the right energy. No business meetings with meals. The food and the water absorbs all those words. No problem discussion at the dining table at home over dinner. No negative word around food and water will energize your mind and your body. Start cooking and eating prasad and start drinking amrit. Mental health, emotional health, physical health, all three will be taken care of. Because jaisa an, वैसा मन, वैसा तन होता है. And very important, जैसा धन होता है, वैसा अन्न होता है. So it is dhan, an, man, tan. The money that I earn has to come with the right energy. That is why take care of your people, so that the money you earn comes with their blessings, not with their complaints. Each one is saying today, work stress, work stress. What's the energy with which you earn the money then? They are blaming you for the stress in their life. Last 30 seconds, we'll write down a few affirmations. Phone, you can type on phone or you can record. These are thoughts which we can repeat every single day. Because what we think, we become. First, I'm a powerful being. Powerful would mean thinking right in every situation and with every person. I'm a powerful being. I am calm and stable in every situation. I am peaceful. I'm always happy. I'm always happy. My body is perfect and healthy always. In case of any health issue, write a separate sankalp for that, an affirmation. Suppose high blood pressure, so we will write my blood pressure is normal, 120/80, with the figure which is normal. I accept people, people accept me, my every relationship is in harmony. The next one is professional, which you will write on your own. Whatever you want to achieve, you say, I have already achieved it. And the last one would be, I'm safe, secure, my destiny is perfect. And to raise our energy, we say, Paramatma's blessing and Shakti is a circle of protection around us. Envelop yourself with a higher energy vibration circle before you go out into the day, because everyone around you is at a different vibration. Just being with people can deplete our energy. So just envelop yourself with a higher energy circle and then walk out into the world, not as a consumer of their energy, but as a radiator of your power and blessings. So these affirmations we should write just before going to sleep. We should wake up saying them and then practice meditation. And just before every meal and glass of water, 5-second pause, shorter version of these affirmations. You will start becoming what we have just written. Within a month's time, this shift will start happening. Thank you so much. Om Shanti.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I know that was a very beautiful, calming presence of Sister Shivani. And of course, she's given us a lot of beautiful ways to re-energize ourselves emotionally, mentally, and physically.